And welcome back to Pete Matthews Coliseum. More basketball here today as we check into the TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge presented by America's First Federal Credit Union. It is 12-13-14, December the 13th, 2014, the beginning of the high school football season. And for some, that means maybe a month and a half like White Plains, could be 2 games as we're talking about the Fife Red Devils. Chase Robinson alongside courtside with myself, Chad Barnett, doing the play-by-play today. For a little basketball, we got you on tap for basketball all day today right here on TV24 from noon until probably about 10 o'clock tonight. We got a good one, though, here on the court tonight as Fife and White Plains go head-to-head. You've seen White Plains a few times so far this season. What have you seen from them, Chase? Good shooters, a typical White Plains team. Chris Randall always produces the good shooters out there at White Plains. Have another good team this year, and they've had a lot more games than Fife, so anxious to see how this will go. Yeah, Fife last night, of course, was their first game of the season. It's not a negative thing, it's really a positive. They just got done with a 15-game high school football schedule when they won the state championship last week for the first time in their history. Lost last night to Section, talked to the head coach. First game jitters, lost by 14 to Section. That's to be understood, though, right? Your first game, you got to get them legs back, different from football and basketball. That's right, especially with most of their players coming back from football. Been playing football, now to get into basketball. It's a big transition. Big transition, and Plains is not without playmakers. Got a point guard on the team that does not play football, really one of the only ones that does not, by the name of Peyton Wilbanks. He was the MVP of the Cat County tournament last year, also MVP of the Sand Mountain tournament as well. Head coach Heath Thrash, the interim head coach, said he had about 20 points a game. So they got a good player on that side, but some pretty good scores as well. That's right. Look at White Plains for Nathan Gilbert and Kevin Carr, 2 outstanding shooters for the Wildcats. Yeah, last night they eclipsed the Jacksonville Golden Eagles to move to 8-2 on the season. They only won the game by 1. They had it in pretty handily there in the fourth quarter, and Jacksonville a lot of threes down the street to make it. Here's your starters. The Fife Wildcat for the Red Devils, excuse me. The point guard we talked about, Peyton Wilbanks, Dakota Newsom, Will Brown, Alston Coots, and Alston Stiefel is a good player as well. Matter of fact, the MVP of the state championship game for the football team as well. And for the White Plains Wildcats, Kevin Carr, Eli Tower, Michael Scott McGuirk, Nathan Gilbert, who we mentioned earlier, and also Murphy Doss. Of course, White Plains 8-2 on the season. Their only 2 losses, Chase, Cherokee County, #1 in the state, and also Oxford, a big 6A school from down the road. That's right, and you know, White Plains sitting at #3 in Class 4A right now. So they are #3. They lost to #1 Cherokee County in a game in which they led at one point, and they actually led against Oxford with about 4 minutes to go. They had an 8-point lead against the Yellow Jackets, wind up succumbing to the larger and bigger schools. So we are set to tip off. We got 4 8-minute periods. Make up the high school game, no TV timeout, so this game will likely run fairly quick. The first game over with in about an hour and 15 minutes as Collinsville loses to Sacred Heart by 25 on the opening game of the challenge for today. White Plains gets the tip. They right down low to Doss. Outside, long 3 by Hightower, no good. Off is Doss. Back up again for the first 2 of the game. Excuse me, Guthrie with the bucket. White, the forecourt press, has some trouble in the backcourt. Does Fife off that as Wilbanks turns it over. So Guthrie right now running point for the Wildcats. Looking across to Hightower, back out in the corner to McGuirk. Back to Doss. Long 3. No good off the iron by Guthrie. Rebound by Fife. Pulling the other way. Looks like an easy bucket, and it is. Count it 2 for Will Council, a senior center forward, 6'1", 210. Look there by Council into the basket. Nice move inside by Guthrie. Shot down low is no good. Rebound by Fife. It's going to be Coots with the ball. Kicks it back out. Fife's going to want to run some offense, get it back. Playmaker Peyton Wilbanks. The high socks and the knee pads. Left side finds no room there. Tough shot, and it's going to be deflected down low for McGurk, who gets it out of the point of Guthrie. Using some ball skills, and he's got a little trap, but has some help from Gilbert. Now back to Gilbert at the free throw line. One bounce, up with a shot off the rim. No good. Rebound, Wilbanks. Still 2-2. 2 minutes played here in the contest between White Plains and Fife. Off the mark, no good. And it's going to be White Plains basketball.
Tipped off by Will Moody of Fife.
Head coach the Wildcats, Chris Randall, longtime head man of the White Plains basketball program, giving some instruction to his point guard as he eased it down the court. And that's a nice look down low. Easy bucket for Gilbert. 6'3", 175, a senior forward. Made it look easy. Nice steal now. White Plains shot from the corner for three. No good. Off the back of the iron, no good. McGurk on that shot. An errant pass tipped away. Nice feed. Down low, up and in. Count it for Murphy Doss. 6'2", White Plains.
Good dish there by Gilbert to get it to Doss there.
And that's going to be a trailing foul by Guthrie, who reached in on Will Brown, the senior center. Yeah, we're going to have our first substitution of the game. Kevin Carr will come in the contest for Guthrie. Kevin Carr, I believe, a transfer from Donahoe High School.
Yeah.
Been a really good player here for White Plains so far this season. Wilbanks looking for room, having tough time finding an open shot down low. White Plains defense all over him. Ball was deflected, last touched by Fife, so White Plains will take over. Carr taking over the point guard role. Hightower across to McGurk. Pull-up jump shot is good. 8-2 White Plains. The pressure for White Plains is definitely becoming difficult for Fife.
It's one thing White Plains is known for. They always have that great press.
Nice bucket there by White Plains. Will Council. And they'll have substitution as well. Looks like Tyler Ashley is coming into the contest. Not really sure what the holdup is here. The officials being called over to the scorer's table. Looks like Ashley might be taking a seat back on the bench instead of coming into the contest. So far so good. That defense looking pretty tough for White Plains and really allowing Fife not really many open looks.
White Plains is doing good with the trap. As soon as they come in across half court, White Plains is coming with the trap.
So I think the issue here, we just got word that there's a player that's not on the Fife roster that's on the court. That might be a little issue there.
Yes, which will result in technical foul on Fife.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Learn something new every day. Not bad. Good job, Chase. I did not know that. So as they sort it out, looks as though they've got it under control now. I assume so. We're pausing for dramatic effect now, by the way. All right, so number 13 is in the game for the first time. Anthony Mountain, a senior guard. Actually, it must have been White Plains that had the player that was on the court, not on the roster.
So that will be a technical on White Plains.
Okay. So Anthony Mountain comes in for 2 shots. This is the first. It's got to be tough coming off the bench like that. Asked to make a couple free throws, and obviously he's not happy with that. He comes back to the bench. or is he going to stay in the game? And he'll have a seat. So no harm, no foul on that one. Well, there was a foul, no harm though, I guess, with it. So change that verbiage. So to be Fife basketball, 4:34 to play here in the first quarter, 8-4. White Plains on top. Wilbanks, we're going to make something happen off the dribble, kicks it off to Ashley. And now it's over to Stiefel, back to Wilbanks. Dribble penetration up with the right hand in the paint, no good, and saved by Fife. Nice movement back to Ashley, who looks down low, no good there on the pass, but it's got a loose ball, and White Plains will pick it up and take it the other way. Murphy Doss kicks it to Carr. Dribbles around down to the left corner. Guthrie back around now to Carr. Tried to look up underneath for Doss. Jump move, and that's going to be an errant pass out of bounds. So a little rusty on that possession, as looks like we will have 5 new jerseys for White Plains. This is one of the things that, as I was talking to a couple people before the game about White Plains and what to expect, they said don't be surprised to see them move 5 in at one time, 5 out. They got a lot of depth this year. So Wilbanks now being defended by Jake Montgomery. And that's going to be a foul called on Quez Wyatt. It's going to be 2 shots at the line for Tyler Ashley. Yeah, definitely got him with a hand there. It's got to be so awkward coming off of not only 15 weeks of game action. You got to think they were playing football for a month before that. Yeah. The bodies, even though they're young men, they still got to be beat up and banged up just a little bit, you would think, at this point of the season. Nice cross-court pass off the foot of Ashley this time, as it was going to be a pass from Lawrence Jackson, a 5'10", 160-pound forward, junior. Now Guthrie to inbound the ball to Guthrie. Shot off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound by Ashley, looking down court for the pass. Nice steal, good hustle by Guthrie. There's a Jared and a Jackson Guthrie. One a sophomore. Both are sophomores, actually. Jump pass, jump step now. And it looks like we're going to get a jump ball. So a little rusty on both sides. Kind of, well, let's just say not the prettiest of basketball so far in the opening.
Saturday afternoon basketball.
Yeah, I was going to say, kids probably ain't quite got the dust out of their eyes quite yet. Dylan Greenwood with the defense. Now he's joined from a little help by Lawrence Jackson. Greenwood with the foul now, and that'll be 2 shots at the line for Wilbanks. And nice shooter's touch. Remember, mentioned Wilbanks comes into this contest, I guess really coach is talking about last year as far as averaging 20 points a game. Certainly their engine, their motor. And so far he does have a good portion of the shots for Fife, handles the ball the most, certainly their most deadly asset on offense, and gets the shooter's touch again for the nice roll for the 6th point for the Red Devils, and Jared Guthrie brings it back down the court. Dribble penetration into the paint. Gonna lose control of it. Looks like we're gonna have another foul. It's a lot of fouls so far here in this first quarter. And they're going to say 2 shots now for Jared Guthrie. So go back to the line. Got a little NBA style game going on here. Foul on one side, foul on the other. And there's the head coach of the Fife Red Devils, Heath Thrash. The name Thrash is really synonymous with Fife. Former head coach Thrash.
Yeah.
Running back for Fife, I'd say back in 07, 08, whenever they went to the state championship game and lost, was Taylor Thrash, I think. So, a lot of Thrash names up there on the mountain. Steal away, nice job down there low by Lawrence Jackson. Gets it over there to Nathan Gilbert, who's fouled.
Good job of Gilbert there going up, even though 3 people on him going up strong. That's how you get the foul.
A lot of hand checking in there. I think even Guthrie took one off the chin there, off the ricochet. Nice smooth stroke there by Gilbert. Senior forward, mentioned earlier, 6'3", 175. Good numbers there. And he's 2 for 2. So they double up Fife so far, 12-6. And again, that full court pressure is really making it hard for Fife. Nice steal, but the putback is no good for Guthrie. Rebound down low, but Fife is still not out of trouble, and they finally find some breathing room here on the offensive side. A lot of steps taken, but no call. Kevin Carter, now excuse me, that was Dakota Newsom for Fife. Now coming back the other way, nice kick out to Guthrie, and they're going to say he walked before he could take a dribble.
Took that extra step there.
Will Banks didn't have to worry about a trap here. It's just one-on-one with Guthrie. And trying to do some work off the dribble. Nice turnaround shot, but no good. Rebound by Gilbert. Long 3 from Jake Montgomery. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound by Newsom. And now stolen away by Montgomery.
Montgomery happened to be in the right place at the right time for that one.
Yes, he was. So Guthrie now penetrates to the paint, kicks it out. Gilbert, shot, no good. Gets his own rebound. Looking for the pass. He finds Montgomery for 3. Top of the key, no good. Gets the rebound, does Gilbert. The second chance, third chance, finally loses it. And it's going to be a layup opportunity for Fife. And they finally get one to
fell
drop.
For the pump fake right there.
Good job.
To get that easy basket there.
By Kyle Collins. The presence of mind to wait just an extra second. Puts it up and in. Long pass after the steal. This time, Collins not so lucky for the easy look. I don't know if there was a foul called or that was just out of bounds. I think they're just going to say it was touch. Good defense there by Montgomery. So Fife will take over the ball in the inbounds. Collins to inbound the ball. Gets it over to Austin Coots. Kicks it out to Ashley. Dribble with the left hand, switch now to the right. Looking for help, doesn't find any. And has to give it up. And nice block inside. They're going to call it a jump ball. Great hands by Nathan Gilbert to hold on to that basketball. It'll be Wildcats possession with 42 seconds to go. So Carr, quiet so far. And that's an errant pass on White Plains. So Fife basketball once again. Neither team really able to find a rhythm so far in this first quarter. Collins to Ashley, again with the left hand, baseline, and they're going to call a foul on the floor. Chris Randall, longtime head coach of White Plains, done a fantastic job with this program for so many years. Got him into the Final Four a while back. Long 3 1/4, it touches nothing. And that's going to be last touched by the Red Devils. So White Plains will have at least one more possession with 23 seconds to go. We'll see what kind of choice they make, whether they go for the quick bucket or try and hold on to the basketball for the final shot. Long 3. Front iron, no good. Rebound by Fife. They got to make it work quick. Less than 3 to go. Shot is off in time, and it is no good. So the long 3 by junior forward Chad Gray falls out of bounds, and that'll do it for the first quarter of action as White Plains leads 12-8. Be back for more Holiday Hoops action presented by America's First in just a moment. Stay with us.
Okay, it'll be just a second.
Wait. With a new checking account, it takes like 5 to 7 business days to get a debit card. It's 2014. Nobody waits 5 to 7 days for anything. I mean, I got things to do. Am I supposed to go home and sit in a dark room for 5 to 7 business days? This is
Here you go.
unbelievable.
When it comes to barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. With locations in Anniston and Rainbow City, folks from all over East Alabama love Dad's.
So I've been eating at Dad's ever since Dad's has been here, I guess. I don't know, up at by the old Kmart. So Dad's is a great place, and I've always said, they got the best sauce around. Dad's is a frequent stop, at least once a week.
For dine-in, takeout, or tailgating, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Visit us today in Anniston or Rainbow City.
Welcome back to the TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge presented by America's First Federal Credit Union. First period is in the books between White Plains and Fife, with the Wildcats leaving the Red Devils by a score of 12-8. Kind of a choppy first quarter there, Chase.
Yeah, a lot of missed shots, missed opportunities for both teams.
A lot of fouls and I guess that's what happens when you get a team only, as we mentioned, playing their second game of the season. Is Fife fresh off of the gridiron as they won the state championship for the first time in school history and really trying to get their legs underneath them. Really the only player so far on the season that's got any extended work is the man there, number 3, Wilbanks. And that was a foul on the floor by White Plains. So Fife with an open shot from the top of the key, no good. Carr with a rebound, looking to push the action quickly down the floor. Long 3 here by McGuirk is off the mark, no good, but the putback is.
Good look there by Murphy Doss for White Plains with the little hook there.
Off the back of the rim, and good. So a good start here for White Plains here in the second quarter. Carr, nice defense on Wilbanks. Again, a long 3 attempt by Fife. Still cannot go down. Fife can't really find any range on that long distance shot. And they're going to call another foul down low by the Red Devils.
This is his second foul of the afternoon. Austin Stiefel will check back in to the game for Fife.
McGuirk kicks it over to Carr. Baseline Doss, back out to McGuirk. Fake, Carr for 3. Front iron, no good. Rebound. Well, it's a loose ball. Wasn't really sure whose ball that was. I guess it was live. And it's going to go back the other way. So good effort there by Gilbert. Wasn't able to get to the ball in time, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout by Chris Randall, who looks like he's about to blow a gasket over there right now. He's not exactly happy with the way things are going. I'm not sure if it's effort or just maybe a little different play than maybe he's seeing today as opposed to what they've seen so far this season.
This is a very, they're trying to go up tempo, which is, typical White Plains, over the years that I've seen them. They're always physical. They always play up tempo, can shoot really well, and it's another one of those teams.
Wonder how much it has to hurt, though, when, they're in sync. They've played a lot of games and rhythm. They've been going since November 1. That's when the ball was first rolled out. The day after Halloween is whenever they started practice. So they're in rhythm, and they're going up against a team that doesn't have rhythm. So it probably affects both teams, not just Fife, right?
Right. It does.
And a nice steal there by Carr, and he's going to take it back the other way. A little elbow there. Could have got away with an offensive foul, but no call. So McGuirk over to Hightower. Back to McGuirk. Down low now to Gilbert. Looking for help. Pass, dangerous pass across the lane. And they finally do work it down to Doss, who is going to be having it stolen away, and it's off the baseline. Last touch by number 11 for Fife, Will Brown. 9 seniors on this Red Devil team, so that's got to make up for something.
That's right.
McGuirk and Carr playing a little keep away, and they get over to Hightower. Now back over to that right corner again. Gilbert to McGuirk. They're trying to feed it inside, and they just cannot find that inlet pass. They finally get it, kicks it back out, and now they got some offensive rhythm rolling. Back and forth, and Carr puts up the shot with the left hand. He's going to get the shooter's touch for it to fall. 16-8 now, White Plains. Like they were trying, kept getting that inside-outside game, but it couldn't ever really come through. So Fife basketball from the baseline. As number 22, Austin Coots, takes a seat on the bench. First time tonight we've seen Andy Gardner. And again, they're trying to look inside. Wilbanks, long NBA type 3, off the mark, no good. Last touch by Doss. That's what the refs are going to say. Some of the fans not liking that call so much, as you can hear probably. Hightower doing a good job of Wilbanks, the defense. Another long 3 by Fife does not go down. Stiefel now with the miss. I don't think they've knocked one down yet today, and they've taken quite a few. It's going to be a foul on Andy Gardner. So again, the stoppage of play, making it very difficult for White Plains to get out and run. Nice look down low to Gilbert, up and in off the glass, and good. 10-point advantage for White Plains, their largest lead of the day. And that's going to be a foul call now on Jared Guthrie.
His second foul of the afternoon.
Looked like he was trying to just hold his ground on the baseline or the sideline. And if I thought, if anything, it looked like Wilbanks was trying to force the issue more so than anything. What do you think?
You know, as a player, as a defender, you're always trying to use the baseline as that other defender. And it looked like he may have thrown his shoulder, but hand checking, we couldn't see from over here. Could have been hand checking.
First attempt by Wilbanks is good. It's really the only place he's been able to get anything going on offense so far today. So good on the second one as well. So it's 18-10. Boy, that's a nice move by Gilbert. Defender in his face, turns around and puts it up off the glass. But he had a right in his face. Now he's going to try and get an assist. Doss had an open look. They're going to travel
first.
Got him with a walk. Slid the feet just a little bit.
Trying to fake off the defenders there and took that extra step.
So Wilbanks having to fight through a trap. Boy, it has just been hard work for him today. He has been frustrated the whole time he's had the basketball in his hands. And I think that's probably White Plains' game plan there. Let's just try and stop three, and if anybody else beats us, they beat us.
And White Plains doing good, getting a hand in their face and stopping the three-point shots. A lot of those been taken tonight.
The free throw is good. Couple of subs here, at least one for Fife, as Will Council will take the place of Will Brown. And that attempt rims out. Rebound by Gilbert. Dylan Greenwood in the game now, who had a look there from the corner. Cross-court pass to McGuirk. Takes it baseline. Right hand. Off the glass, no good. Nice rebound by Gilbert for the putback.
Helps being the tallest person on the floor in that situation.
Yeah, that's something I've never had to worry about. So that's never been a, yeah. Never been accused of that, ever. Coaching Little League, maybe. Swatting shots at some, like, fifth graders. Long three, again, no good. Just can't find the range from outside from Fife. More subs for Fife, as Greenwood, Hightower, Doss, McGuirk, and Gilbert make up the starting five for White Plains. Nice look down low. That's just a good pass right there. Good awareness by Hightower. Gilbert was wide open down low for the easy look. Fife again from three, and they finally knock one down. A big shot by Austin Stiefel. Maybe that's just what Fife needed to get going. They cut that lead back down to 10 again, 24-14. 2:50 to go here in the second quarter. It's been mostly White Plains so far in this contest, and a choppy back and forth game. Another three, though, to answer from Eli Hightower to push it back to a 13-point lead. Stiefel for three, and he knocks down back-to-back trays. Cuts it back down to a 10-point lead. So a couple of really big buckets by Stiefel to keep Fife alive here in the first half, excuse me. Greenwood back to McGuirk, and we're going to have a foul called on White Plains. Offensive foul away from the ball.
It's Murphy Doss' second foul in the afternoon for White Plains.
Will Brown back into the game, as well as Kevin Carr for White Plains. Doss will take a seat with his couple of fouls. Reynolds trying to get some enthusiasm out of his team right now. Brown top the key, being guarded tightly by Gilbert. Ashley trying to look down low to Brown. Throws up a wild left-handed shot. No good. Carr there with a loose ball. He's going to look to push it again. On the left side of the court, Greenwood in the paint, looking for help. Carr takes it in. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for two. Not sure who they called that on, whether that was 11. Really positive either way. Carr is at the line for two shots.
They got Austin Stiefel there with a foul.
The man in front with the foul. second attempt is good. It's a 12-point lead with 1:36 to go. Ashley pushing with the left hand. Is it tip? Yes, it is a tip ball, so no back court. Ashley with it back. Going to go up with the left hand again. He's got to be left-handed. He's got to be left-handed. He goes to that left every single time. Well, we're about to find out when he shoots some free throws here.
They'll get Jake Montgomery with the foul there for White Plains. It's his first.
And he has a left-handed shot. First attempt is good. And into the game again is, looks like Will Council. Young man, no, excuse me, that's not Will Council. That's Anthony Mountain, the young man that came in to shoot the technicals earlier in the contest. So Ashley good on both free throw attempts, back down to 11-point game. As Jake Montgomery will take a seat. In for him is going to be Jackson Guthrie. And Lawrence Jackson back into the game again. Greenwood over to Jackson. Jump step. Greenwood can't handle the pass, and he's not able to save it. Goes out of bounds. Going to be Fife basketball. And nice outlet pass here. Good look for the Red Devils, and Dakota Newsom goes down with an injury after he makes the bucket. Surprised no foul call, but that's just good defense there by Guthrie. Keeping his hands up, good body control.
Let's go. Hey, Michael, you're on the block. On the block, Michael, you need to go on the block.
So with the bucket, Fife gets the basketball as well. Brown inside, left hand, no good. Carr's eyes are up quick. Once he gets the ball, that's going to be a walk. And I think Coach Heath Thrash was either freaking out because that wasn't going to be called or what, I wasn't sure. Good call, though, on the walk. So Fife now a chance to cut into this 8-point lead. It's been mostly White Plains here in the second quarter, but Fife is finding a way to get back in. Looks like he drugged the plant foot there. Still no walk call again, so Fife still alive. Austin Coots dribbling around a little bit too much in the quarter, has it stolen away. And Carr down the court. Nice spin move. Back out to Carr. They're going to settle things down with 15 seconds to go. McGuirk, right side, pulls it up. Shot is off the glass and good. Not really sure if he called it, but they'll still count it. So White Plains up now, 31-21 here at the half. 2 quarters to play, and Gerard Mathangani is going to be down courtside with head coach of the Fife Red Devils, Heath Thrash. G, what you got?
I'll tell you what, Coach, your team kind of started off slow, but towards the second half of the second quarter, did a really good job there fighting back in this game.
They did. They've just got really dead legs right now. 7 of my guys was on the state championship football team, and we've practiced 4 times, played our first game last night, and it's kind of what I expected. You know, our shots are not falling, ball handling's not that good at times, you know, but, you know, it's one of the things I know they're going to play hard. I know they're going to come and play, and we battle back, and, you know, we played about as bad as we could, and we're still in the ballgame.
You talked about the fact that, you know, you guys are so fresh into this basketball season. Talk about just handling the adjustment of it, being able to go from football into basketball, and assess really your first 6 quarters of play so far.
Well, you know, it's kind of old hat at 5. You know, we know we're not going to play basketball until late November, early December, almost every year, and it's just something we just had to learn to deal with, and we just want to do the best we can with it.
Really doing great so far, Coach. I'll let you get back with your team. 31-21 your score right now in the second quarter. We'll be back with more TV24 Holiday Hoops after this.
Thank you so much, Gerhardt, as we are going to halftime. 31-21 Fife, trailing the White Plains Wildcats. We'll be back in a moment at P. Matthews Coliseum. You're watching the TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge, presented by America's First Federal Credit Union.
Hi, my name is Reverend Jeffrey C. Williams, the owner and licensed funeral director of Anderson Funeral Services. At Anderson Funeral Services, we are compassionate and caring individuals committed providing quality and professional service at affordable prices. We are where service begins and never ends, and love is what love does.
Aniston Funeral Services offers affordable services to meet any need for all families. Aniston Funeral Services, 630 South Wilmer Avenue, where service begins and never ends.
When it comes to barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. With locations in Anniston and Rainbow City, folks from all over East Alabama love Dad's.
So I've been eating at Dad's ever since Dad's has been here, I guess. I don't know, up at by the old Kmart. So Dad's is a great place, and I've always said, they got the best sauce around. Dad's is a frequent stop, at least once a week.
For dine-in, takeout, or tailgating, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Visit us today in Anniston or Rainbow City.
And welcome back to the TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge presented by America's First Federal Credit Union. We're at the half here at Pete Matthews Coliseum with White Plains leading the Fife Red Devils 31-21. And I guess I want to say kind of the first half that we expected to see. White Plains, obviously the better team, more, I guess, seasoned at this point. But Fife, having some trouble really getting any rhythm going.
It's like the coach was saying there, they have had 7 players who played football. That's a big transition going from football to basketball, and they've only had, a week to prepare for that, but they're doing a great job with what they've had.
So far, White Plains really getting a lot of their work so far from Nathan Gilbert, who's been really a force down low, using a lot of that size.
Great looks down low. They're getting great looks to him. What White Plains is doing, 2-3 defense for Fife. How you beat the zone, it's quick passes, and that's been the key for White Plains. They've been giving those quick passes, beating the zone. That's all you got to do to beat the 2-3 zone.
Now for Fife, who comes in trailing by 10, if they want to have any hope of winning this contest, they're going to have to get their playmaker involved into the game. And Peyton Wilbanks has really been kind of shut down. Most of his points really coming from the free throw line.
Yeah, he's 4 for 5 from the free throw line, 7 points. Austin Stiefel, though, has 2 back-to-back threes with 6 points for Fife Red Devils.
Is that really the only way that Fife is going to be able to get in this contest, the 3 ball, or is it going to be Wilbanks just having to go off?
Both, because White Plains is doing a good job of shutting down the men down low. So it's going to depend on Wilbanks and Stiefel on the outside to see if they can get them back in this game.
So right now it's a 10-point advantage for the White Plains Wildcats. And don't forget, these games are going to be airing live all day right here on TV24. We got some outstanding matchups coming up. There you see a couple of the Alexandria players. They're going to be hitting the field or the court here in just a few minutes. Got a lot of good basketball today.
That's right. Alexandria and Plainview, 2 great basketball schools going to be going at it. Sachs and Geraldine. Of course, you got Gaston City and Talladega's nightcap tonight. So really great basketball for the rest of today.
That Gaston City Talladega, that is a game that has really turned into one of those contests you like to see over the last few years. Talladega always a force in basketball, and Gaston City, what can be said about what Coach Huff has done up there? It's a great program, great basketball by both schools. So it should be a good contest. And by the way, these games also going to be on tape delayed. You can see these really throughout the holidays. You got any idea when those are going to be airing through the holidays? He's the one with all the information here. I came here with a telephone. That was it. He had all these notes and stuff like that. So my man Chase was well versed on what's to go on. But these games are going to be on tape delayed. You'll be able to check them out right here on TV24 throughout the next couple of weeks. Check your local listings or call the station, ask them, and you can also get some copies of these contests as well. So we appreciate you watching. I'm assuming you appreciate it too.
Yeah,
right?
I do appreciate it.
We do appreciate you watching. Pete Matthews Coliseum, we will return for the second half of the second game of today's action. White Plains all over the Fife Red Devils so far by 10 at the break. 31-21. Back to Pete Matthews Coliseum in just a minute. You're watching the TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge presented by America's First Federal Credit Union.
It's time you got a car as reliable as you are. And America's First has made that more possible than you might think.
Only $1 down is all you need to get a car at Pokey's Bremer Auto Sales in December. We're having $1 down December, just $1 down, and you can get a car just like this beautiful little red Sunfire at Pokey Bremer Auto Sales. Hey, remember, credit's never a problem at Pokey Bremer Auto Sales. All you need is $1 down, and we can get you riding.
Pokey Bremer Auto Sales, 201 Highway 78 Oxford and 529 South Quintard, Anniston.
And here's a look at the other games that are going to be coming up tonight. Of course, we've already seen Collinsville and Sacred Heart play. A good, really, exhibition for Sacred Heart. They've been fantastic the last couple of years. They come out and beat Collinsville today by 25. Of course, White Plains on top of Fife by 10, 31-21 here at the break. You got Plainview taking on Alexandria. Then Geraldine Sachs, Spartan making a trip from way up north Alabama to come down and take on Oxford. And then, of course, the matchup we talked about, Gadsden City taking on the Talladega Tigers.
Several ranked teams from this area playing today. We saw the number 2 Sacred Heart in 1A, now number 3 White Plains. So a lot of great basketball today.
A lot of great basketball. And of course, I know Gadsden City's going to have something to say in Class 7A. Talladega, I'm sure, is going to have something to say. And I think Class 5A still are they in Class 5, a little bit under, you know, I forgot with all these new realignments and the 7A thing, they just kind of dropped the bomb on all the stuff that I usually know. So we'll blame it on the AHSA.
Yeah, we'll blame it on the state.
It's certainly not my fault, right? No, White Plains, so looking pretty good. As you mentioned, the number 3 team in the state. Of course, they've only lost 2 games on the season, 8-2. We kind of talked about this at the beginning of the game. Somebody might be just now tuning in, but White Plains off to a great start this year. The only losses to Oxford, who's a 6A school, a lot bigger, you know, just down the road, and then number 1 in the state, Cherokee County this season.
And Oxford's a very good basketball team. They're going to be ranked, if not already. And so for White Plains to compete with them all the way up until a few minutes left in the 4th quarter, that's 2 good teams.
You know, and it's kind of a change from the past because one thing I do know, White Plains moved up in classification. They used to be, when they had those really good teams in the mid to early 2000s, they were still back in Class 2A. Had some fantastic players with Mickler and all the boys. This is a little bit different because they moved up. Now it's the competition they're facing a little bit tougher. These teams might be as good, but they're having to face off against better competition.
That's
as
right.
well.
They have a tough area too. White Plains, Sachs, Jacksonville, Cleveland County, all those good basketball schools all in one area.
And that's the funny thing about high school basketball is you could go undefeated all year. And in the area tournament, you lose the first game, you're done regardless. It's kind of a tough way to play a basketball season, but it's the way things go. Sometimes it may work out bad for you. Sometimes you may have a bad year, get hot at the right time, and before you know it, you're punching your ticket back to this venue, Pete Matthews Coliseum, where everybody wants to be in a late winter for the Northeast Regional Basketball Tournament. And of course, I know White Plains has been here quite a few times, as has Collinsville, as has Sacred Heart, as has Gadsden City, Oxford, all these teams. This is kind of a precursor to where they want to be here in a couple of months.
And I guarantee you we'll see some of these teams playing here today back here in the regional tournament at the end of January.
And I didn't even mention Alexandria. Boy, back in the days when Larry again was patrolling the sidelines, boy, they were a fixture in this contest. Of course, you got the county basketball tournament as well, which is typically every year aired live by TV24. Great basketball action that we provide to you every single season. So this is just a fantastic opportunity, I think, for a lot of these schools to get a chance to play in the bigger venue, to see the depth between the goal and the back of the wall.
The floor's longer even, so yeah, the little things about this gym, you want to get used to it.
So White Plains with a healthy 10-point lead at the break. We'll see what changes maybe Coach Randall or Coach Thrash made in the halftime locker room. As that's got to be a foul. I was going to say, I thought they were going to call that a jump ball, but clearly number 10, Dakota Newsom, reached all the way around the back of Jared Guthrie. He still didn't like the call, but it's a good call, son. Hightower now to inbound the ball for the Wildcats. Looks across court, and that's going to be a 3. Had his toes just behind the line for Guthrie, and that's a big way to start the second half. Coaches always talk about the first 3 minutes of the second half being critical. That's a big shot right there. And And those are the two guys that had their hands on the ball last that have been the biggest contributors for Fife so far in the first half. Will Banks and then also Stiefel as well. It looks like it's Stifle. Yeah. And if we hadn't had some good coaching by a certain someone that will remain nameless before the game, we would have called him Stiefel. But anyway, it's a 13-point lead with 7:05 to go here in the third quarter. A nicely defended shot. Will Brown had the look, but Gilbert right in his grill knocks it away. White Plains now quickly back down the court. And maybe an ill-advised pass. Tried to get it between two defenders. Did Hightower. And Stiefel with the basketball off the back iron, no good. He's going to get his own board. He goes up strong with it with the right hand, puts it off the glass and in. Fouled, and he'll go to the line for one more.
Hightower's second foul in the afternoon for White Plains.
So Stiefel, the man that played a little football as well. Not a bad ball player for the Red Devils. One of the main reasons why the basketball season got started so late is because him and his teammates had a state championship run. Off the floor, off the foot, excuse me, of Gilbert. They're going to say it is the last touch by Fife, so it's going to be Wildcat basketball. Actually, a foul call.
He'll get Dakota Newsom for Fife with that foul.
Nice move down low with the right hand. Can't get it to go through. The putback is good and the foul. Guthrie with a nice hard work down low is rewarded with an extra shot from the stripe. Guthrie just 5'10", 165. Getting a little work done down low. Yeah, Hightower has drawn a lot of the work on Will Banks, and he's done a fantastic job. Will Banks, a lot of movement with that basketball off the dribble, but Hightower really holding him down pretty tightly. Will Brown with the putback to put Fife back on the board at 25. They trail by 12. Guthrie kicks out. Hightower for three. Knocks it in.
Nice shot by Hightower.
Big shot. Biggest lead of the day here so far for White Plains. They lead it by 15. And a lot of dribbling. Not enough passing will get the turnover in favor of White Plains. So a couple of big trips down the court for White Plains. Got a three-point play and then a three-point shot. This time Guthrie tries to go inside but can't get it up and in, and they're going to call a walk again on Newsom. He's had a tough go here in the third quarter. Got the reach around foul. Got it stolen away from him. Now the travel. He's like, man, I was pushing a sled last week. What are you talking about? I got a dribble now. Beautiful three. Counted for McGuirk. And it's an 18-point lead. White Plains taking over here at the Pete. That was a good look that time. And they're going to get a foul called. So Newsom with a good look down low to Austin Coots, who will go to the line, I think, for now two.
They'll get Nathan Gilbert with a foul for the Wildcats.
Anthony Carr set to check in. Excuse me, not Anthony. This is his older brother. This is Kevin Carr, who will take the spot for Guthrie. Kevin Carr a little bit bigger, 5'10", 175. Again, transfer from Donahoe High School. Nice smooth stroke there by Coots to bring it back to a 16-point game. Carr looking to change that back, though. Hightower thought about it. Nice dish to Carr on the baseline. turns around, puts it up, blocks partially. Gilbert though with a nice rebound off the block, and he puts it off the glass and in. Soft hands, great touch down low by Gilbert.
His 10th point of the afternoon too, leading all scorers.
Feels like he's got even more than that. 3-point attempt is good for Fife, so they come back with an answer, a 15-point game. A lot of dribbling here. And we're going to get something down low. They're going to be called in the foul, I think, on Will Brown. Just jockeying for position down low. Hightower, nice movement off the pass. Carr's going to go baseline, looking for help, and almost has it stolen away. It's going to be a foul called on Ashley, who got McGuirk with the body.
Six fouls so far for Fife here in this 4 minutes into the third quarter.
McGuirk felt that one. Big shoulder the young man took. McGuirk, just a sophomore, at 6'2", 160. Gilbert, spin around, up, no good. They're going to call the foul, this time on Brown, and Wills says my hands were straight up. Nevertheless, going to be a foul call. Then Gilbert will get a chance to add 11 and 12 on him for the night.
His second foul of the afternoon for Fife.
Tough call there. Smooth stroke. Lawrence Jackson now back into the game. He's going to take the place of Hightower, who has just done a great job defensively. Also knocked down that big three. Good game here so far from number 11. Back of the iron, no good. Rebound down low by Dawson. He's going to put it up, and they're going to call the offensive foul. No bucket. They're going to call the offensive foul on Doss, who had a great job of getting that offensive board.
Probably his third foul. Look at the replay there.
Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. I thought it was a tough call on Brown earlier. I think that's a tough call on Doss right there. It looked like there was much contact at all. Nevertheless, Fife down 16, less than 4 to go here in the third period. They need to get something moving if they want to win this contest, but another three by Stiefel. This time can't knock it in. He's going to have his toe on the line. And really, I don't even know at this point. I mean, everybody wants to win every game they play in, but I think Fife more so in this one is looking for more than just a win-loss scenario.
You got to get better with these games. You're coming right off the beginning of the season here. It's all about getting better at this point.
So Carr to bring the ball down the court. Nice pick there by Gilbert. Tried the pick and roll, didn't work. Carr now in some major trouble down low on the baseline. Almost at a 5-second call. Gilbert puts up a wild shot, no foul called. And it looked like Gardner maybe drug his foot, but no walk call. So things settling down now, and Wilbanks goes to the paint. And I have no idea who this is going to be on. There's a lot of bodies down there on the floor.
Wilbanks doing a great job there, driving the basket, trying to get those points.
Yeah, they're going to call a defensive foul. And that's a good call. Body came up to him while he was in the air. So he will have 2 shots at the line. And again, to the credit of White Plains, it's really where this young man's gotten all of his points tonight.
They called the foul there on Michael Scott McGuirk for White Plains. His first foul.
Shot is good. First year for this Holiday Hoops Challenge, presented by America's First Federal Credit Union. Good little idea. I know it's been kind of in the works for a long time, but kudos to Mickey, all the folks that have been in process of getting this thing underway. It's a good little precursor to the basketball season because it's right after the season is over with the football. It's been a good run. It's going to be a walk called down low by Jackson Guthrie. And he drug his foot just a little bit, and that's a good call. watch high school basketball on the Saturday all the way up to finding out who wins the Heisman tonight. Who you got, by the way? Who you think's going to win?
I think Mariota will win it.
Yeah, I think so.
He's got all the other awards too.
Yeah. Hard to get it if you're not a quarterback these days. Long 3 attempt is going to be off the mark, no good. White Plains will take over possession. One thing about that, though, I was really surprised to see there's only 2 wide receivers. And you and I both follow sports a pretty good deal, and it's just something you never think of. Only 2 wide receivers ever have won the Heisman Trophy. You think it would have been more than that. So Amari Cooper's chances are pretty slim tonight. Nice bucket in the paint by Guthrie. He's gotten a little bit of work down there underneath the bucket. So back out to a 16-point lead with just over 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. You're going to get Guthrie now with the body.
His 3rd foul for White Plains. He's one of those, needs to stay out of foul trouble. He's got 10 points for the Wildcats so far.
Mentioning fouls, White Plains already in the bonus with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. That's
Dylan Greenwood now comes in for Guthrie.
Banks tough time getting it in, but does find Newsom. Dribbles with the left hand, and it's going to be off the mark. No good. Rebound down low. Put back off the mark as Chad Gray with his first attempt of the night. And it's going to be Ashley with the ball at the time of the foul. What's the call?
They got Michael Scott,
and that is going to be given back out to Will Banks, who goes off to Tyler Ashley. Turnaround jump shot, not bad look there by Will Council. So Carr trying to kick that lead back out as Hightower is back in, as you mentioned. Down low to Gilbert, who just looks like he's just better than the other guy down low, and that's what they're trying to feed to. He's just the mismatch.
It's very strong down under the basket. And that's what you got to do. Go up, get fouled, get to the line.
The long 6'3", too. Got a nice long frame. Uses his body real well down low. Creates some space. It's off the mark on that shot. Good looking player, though. And he comes pretty well thought of coming into this contest. Everybody I talked to before this game, trying to get an idea on White Plains, everybody wanted to talk about him. And just talking about how much of an asset he's been, how smooth he is down low. Had a good game here today, too, so far. I think probably the leader for the possible player of the game, which will be named immediately following the contest. Newsom now, who had the struggle to the start of the third quarter, settled down a bit now. Gets it back out to Gray, over to Council. Now back to Ashley. Good look down low by Ashley, and they just can't find a way to knock that shot down. Good look, though, as Greenwood dribbles around and finds Guthrie for the jumper. Jackson Guthrie this time knocks it down. And White Plains is over half a century at 51-34. Ashley with the three-point attempts. Front iron no good, and another foul called. That's going to be on Fife. So they'll bring it right back down the court.
And they'll put high point man Nathan Gilbert on the line. Shoot a couple more shots here.
Yeah, that's the problem with being in the bonus this early. Makes it real difficult to have a comeback. Nice smooth touch. back out to an 18-point lead. White Plains in firm control. Had a slow start, and I guess it's, you know, the contrasting styles and what we talked about, maybe the rustiness of Fife. It's kind of a tough contest for them to come into, but they have slowly but surely gained complete control of this contest as they're up by 19 now with 17 to go. As the man of the hour, Gilbert, will take a seat on the bench for a little breather.
McGuirk back in for White Plains.
Long three by Wilbanks, and he finally gets one to knock down. Seconds tick down. Got to have a quick shot, and don't get the shot off in time. And that's going to be it for the third quarter. White Plains commanding this one by 16. It was 19 until the big shot by Wilbanks. Be back in just a moment. Watching the Holiday Hoops Challenge right here on TV 24, presented by America's First Federal Credit Union.
The Christmas season stirs up thoughts of warmth, nostalgia, and homecoming. So this Christmas season, come back home to downtown Gadsden, where we offer a holiday shopping experience like no other, with unique boutiques and shops just waiting for you to walk through the door with your Christmas list. Take a break from the shopping with one of our fantastic downtown restaurants, or even hang around late and enjoy the downtown nightlife. Support your local small businesses with a holiday shopping trip to beautiful downtown Gadsden.
All the way, ha, 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 jingle bells, jingle all the way, put your jingle in it.
Surviving the office holiday potluck? That's feast-worthy. Celebrate with KFC's new Loaded Potato Bowl. Creamy mashed potatoes and gravy, corn, hand-breaded and diced extra crispy tenders, topped with our new bacon cheese sauce, green onions, and 3-cheese blend. Now in our $5 fill-up meal. KFC, the perfect food for those holidays between the holidays.
And we are back at Pete Matthews Coliseum. You're watching the Holiday Hoops Challenge right here on TV 24, presented by America's First Federal Credit Union. That's some basketball players ready to get on the court from Geraldine. The Bulldogs
We're taking on Sachs here in just a little while.
Also from the Mountain. Want to play some basketball. Now the Steph Challenge ahead of them. Sachs, pretty good basketball team as well. And they're going to get another quick foul here on Guthrie.
That'll be his fourth.
That'll be his fourth. So we'll see how Randall plays it. Game pretty much in hand. I don't know if he's going to let him play through it. And it looks like he is going to allow him to play through that. And it's probably not a bad thing to see. Let him learn how to play with 4 fouls this early in the season, because he might be called on to be smart later on down the stretch. First shot no good, but Fife with the rebound, and that is going to be a
Dakota Newsom going there to the line for 5.
Put back, and it's going to be a definite foul called on Gilbert. The shot grazes the front iron. So 15-point game, 53-38. Guthrie looking to extend that, quickly moves to the lane, off the glass and in, and he is fouled. He'll get one more look from the line. So a good quick move by Guthrie. And that shot is good as well. So he's got 4 fouls, but he's been a big part of this White Plains offense, especially in the second half of this contest. Loose ball down low. Will Brown picks it up and puts it in. But Guthrie looking to push again. This time, though, can't keep his footing.
Slipped a little bit when he was making that move there.
Shot from the corner for 3, no good. Council is wide on his shot. Hightower comes right back. Got his eyes up. McGuirk moves to the paint. Back to Guthrie. Dribbles down into the corner. A lot of bodies across the three-point stripe. And that is a beautiful move down low by Guthrie. He's really forced his will today. Beautiful look, but does not go. Mishandled by Hightower. Does scoop it back, though. Look by McGuirk, no good. And Doss for the rebound. Looks like he went over the back, though. And no, they are going to call the foul on Fife. Looked like he clearly got that rebound off the back of the neck of the Fife defender. Well, maybe not quite so bad. He is going to get an extra shot. The bucket will count. So it's out to an 18-point lead again with 6:20 to go, and he'll get another look. And a free throw. So Doss, 5'10", 175-pound junior. So did they call that foul before the shot?
I think so.
I feel like Vern and Gary here. I'm a little lost. I don't know what's going on. It's so much easier to call these things when you got a PA announcer, you know? So much easier. Nice look down low. Stiefel. And now he'll go to the line. Both teams now in the bonus with 6:08 to go in the fourth. As I mentioned earlier, the MVP of the Super 7 game, Stiefel.
Stiefel.
It was a game you got to cover, did you not?
Yes, I did. I was down there in Auburn all last week.
It's not a bad little gig there. Always fun to watch that Fife offense roll. Beautiful look from Guthrie to Gilbert, and that's just easy money right there.
Another great look by Gilbert there.
And could have been an and one situation there because it looked like he was fouled on the follow through. Stiefel shot no good. Rebound down low is going to be scooped up by Dawson. Boy, it's a UFC match down there. Good battle by Dawson to come away with that board and secure the ball as White Plains now with a 21-point advantage. Firm command. And back to the line again is Gilbert.
He's got 15 points so far in the afternoon.
And it's been almost a score at will thing. If they can get it down there to him, he's going to find a way to put it off the glass. So give him 16 on the night and give White Plains a 22-point lead. Really stretching this one out. Doss with the hard-fought rebound down on the other side. Steps aside, takes a seat on the bench. Kevin Carr will replace him. So now you got two guards, 2 point guards, really. This is the first time of the night we've seen Carr and Guthrie both on the court at the same time. Ashley with a rebound off to the miss by Gilbert. And nearly stolen away as Newsom having trouble with the defense by Guthrie. Good switching by White Plains on the defensive side. Will Banks now in the right corner. Off the glass, no good, and somebody got caught right in the face, and it's going to be Gilbert. I don't know if whether he got poked in the eye or took an elbow. Needless to say, does not feel very good. He is on the floor. Definitely don't want to see anything happen like this in a game that's fairly out of hand. Just to reiterate one thing, though, it was incidental. It wasn't anything purposefully done. Nobody's, down there trying to hurt him. And he's stumbling. I don't know whether he's joking a little bit or whether he got knocked loose a little bit. I don't think we'll see Gilbert back in the game. What do you think?
I don't think so.
Go and have a seat on the bench, young man. You earned it today. Great contest. He'll go to the bench with 16 points, leading all scorers at this point. and his team with a commanding 22-point lead. Make it a 23-point lead after Lawrence Jackson knocks down the first of 2 shots. And both of them smooth as silk. Whether he got poked in the eye, still trying to figure it out. Looks like he may have just gotten poked in the eye. So 5 to go. And Newsom, nice look down low to Will Brown, off the glass and in. So a good look there by the Fife offense. Kick in the corner. Thought McGuirk was going to take the open look, but instead goes to the lane. There's going to be a foul called. It's away from the ball. So Guthrie will get 2 shots. Double bonus now for White Plains. They have been in double bonus.
Guthrie with 13 points on the afternoon, second leading scorer.
Might be wind up leading the leading scorer before this thing's all said and done. Big second half for the point guard as a host of White Plains Wildcats will take to the bench. Jake Montgomery back into the game, as well as Jackson Guthrie. So the Wildcats in firm command, 67-43. Don't forget, again, want to mention as well, we got basketball all day right here at P. Matthews Coliseum, live right here on TV 24. Also going to be tape delayed throughout the next few weeks, so just keep an eye on the listings and see when you can catch some more of this basketball. I'm pretty sure during the holiday break we'll be showing some of this as well, so be good stuff. Also coming up Monday night.
Big Monday night.
Big Monday night for us here at TV 24. As every year we have the Pigskin Roundup football banquet. And it seems like if I'm a head coach in college football, I'm going to want to be the guy that's the speaker, because every year we've had a keynote speaker. They've had a fantastic season. This year it is none other than Mississippi State head coach Dan Mullen, who is off the best year of his head coaching career. Nearly made it into the Final Four had they not had a slow finish to the season, but a great run by them. He's going to be our guest speaker. And of course, we're also going to unveil our 2014 Pigskin Roundup All-Star team as well. A lot of good names, a lot of good faces. And we'll be seeing out there at Word Alive International Outreach, a great venue. It's just a great thing to take in. So if you've got time on Monday night, you want to go see a national outstanding college coach speak, you want to see some great young men be awarded for outstanding seasons, come on out, buy your ticket, get your little KFC along with it, and have a seat with us. Join us for a great Monday night to celebrate high school football in East Alabama, and we certainly would love to have you there. Nice turnaround jump shot by Will Banks. He's found a way to get his points, just hasn't been as dominant maybe as Fife needed him to be today in order to make this one a tight contest. Carr with the left-hander off the back of the iron, rims out, and he'll go to the line again for 2. So a lot of free throws here in this contest.
Both teams with 10 fouls so far.
Of course, we got the Bolton Chiropractic Play of the Year as well. It's going to be named on Monday night.
And you'll get to get up there and name that.
Yeah. Did you see who won? You didn't see who won. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep that a secret or not. I mean, you can probably see the poll, but 5 fantastic choices for the Play of the Year. So it's a 14-point game with almost 4 to go. Long 3 by Newsom. Front iron no good. Rebound. I believe that's Quez Wyatt. First time we've seen him in the contest tonight. He'll get called for the carry. And turn it back over to Fife. And don't forget, right after the end of this game, we'll be announcing the America's First Federal Credit Union Player of the Game. I think it's pretty much a two-man race at this point.
That's right.
I would think. Look down low to Will Brown. No look down low. So here we got Ashley on the line. Now tell me this, is he not a Hoosiers candidate? He looks like somebody straight out of the Hoosiers movie.
He sure does.
You know? He's got the flat top to go with it. I almost want to do one of them granny shots from the free throw line. All we need now is Gene Hackman stumbling around on the sideline over there. No, it was Dennis Hopper, the one that was stumbling in that movie. It wasn't Gene Hackman. So White Plains with the basketball again. Quez now with the ball. He's going to step on the baseline. And that's going to be another turnover for Quez Wyatt. A junior guard, 5'11", 155. Trying to get some action. Nice crossover by Will Banks, but again, no shot will fall for him today. Not many, at least. Well, there are 4 blue jerseys around him.
There's his 14th point of the afternoon.
So he's getting up there. Maybe a deceiving 14, but he's got 14 in the day. And does not get that one to roll in. Got a tip ball loose. Going to be picked up by Ashley. Turns around, finds Newsom. Trying to get it inside to Brown. And he's going to dribble around baseline. Left-hander, no good. And that's going to be a body called on Brown. So we go back to the other side of the court for 2 more shots.
It'll be Jake Montgomery stepping up to the free throw line.
We got 4 new bodies coming into the game. Excuse me, 5 new bodies coming into the game for Fife. And I think it's going to be the first action for 3 of them. As number 34, Daniel Mays, is into the contest. Number 4, Jackson Bynum. And also number 5, Brody Houston, seeing their first action of today's contest. Second free throw attempt off front iron, no good. Tipped and kept alive by Brett Beaver. But it's going to be out of bounds. They're going to say he stepped on the baseline. I think it's the first time we've seen him in the contest as well today. Shot from the corner. Off the miss. Rebound by Beaver. Back to the other side. Montgomery loses the handle. Ball picked up by Mountain. Over to Gardner. Back to Mountain, top of the key. Gardner shot off the backboard, no good. And White Plains will come back trying to pad their lead here in the second game of a long slate today at Pete Matthews Coliseum. Guthrie thought about it. Goes further inside with a pull-up jump shot off the backboard, and then the iron, no good. So 1:32 to go, and we got another foul called. That's going to send Jake Montgomery back to the line for 2 more shots.
He'll have his first point of the night right there.
Nice job down low with the putback by Guthrie. So it's been a good effort here by White Plains. They are up 72-48. Kind of a looping shot there by Gardner to cut it to 72-50, but it's been a great effort here by White Plains. A little salty play by both teams there in the first quarter and a half, maybe. But then slowly but surely, White Plains took over and started really expressing their dominance in this contest. And so White Plains will move to 9-2 on the season. Again, with two impressive losses. And Gardas, two little loop shots he's got in there. So he's still playing. The White Plains will move to 9-2 on the season as Wyatt puts it in.
It's his first points of the game there.
Fife will drop to 0-2 on the season. They played essentially back-to-back games. They played section last night for the first game of the season. As if you've been watching this broadcast today, they've had their season delayed to begin with because the football team went and won their first state championship in football just about a week ago down there on the Plains at Jordan-Hare Stadium. So this is only their second game of action as a full team. They did play a little bit during the Thanksgiving holiday, but that was the team basically made up the guys that didn't play football, which 7 of the 8 players that were the top scorers are football players. So they took those players, moved some guys up from the B team. So it's their first action really as a full team last night and today. And they show a little rusty, but you've seen some bright spots here from Fife. They got some stuff to work on. They certainly got a couple of really good players. I think that obviously Wilbanks was D'd up pretty good tonight, but I thought that Stiefel kid has got a pretty good shot as well. Yeah. They might have some good fortune down the road here, but just not enough here to knock off White Plains. They're up big at the Pete, and we got another foul called. I just hope they don't come all the way back down there for 2 more shots. I've seen about enough double bonus that I can handle for today.
You got 5 seconds left.
So don't forget, we'll be announcing the America's First Federal Credit Union Player of the Game here momentarily. Do you want to go ahead and do that? I guess we can go ahead and do that, or should we leave that up to G? We'll do it here in just a moment. This game is now in the books. Final score, 74-54. White Plains with a win tonight over the Fife Red Devils in impressive fashion. And Chase, who is our player of the game today, bud?
Jared Guthrie for White Plains put up 16 points for the Wildcats and gets our America's First Federal Credit Union Player of the Game.
So Guthrie with a nice second half. Really, I think in the first half it was mostly Gilbert and company, and then in the second half Gilbert went down with 16 points. Guthrie winds up tying them in the later stages. Had a lot of big three-point plays, a couple big shots down there in the second half to really extend this lead out as they were up by 10 at the break and then go on to win it by 20, 72-52 to move to 9-2 on this young season, and they will likely remain at number 3 in the state. So it's a good run here by White Plains here to start off the season, much like everybody expected from Chris Randall and the guys. Chase.
That's right. You know, White Plains always a threat here in the area, and another good White Plains team this year, as we just saw.
And Gerhard Mathangani is courtside with head coach of the White Plains Wildcats, Chris Randall, and also the America's First Federal Credit Union Player of the Game, Jared Guthrie. G?
Thanks, guys. Coach, you started off kind of slow. The whole game started off kind of slow, but then you really picked it up there in the second and third quarter and finished it off there towards the end. Assess your team's play.
Yeah, I think probably last night we had a big emotional win, and we were a little flat coming out from that, even though we recognized it before the game, talked about it. We tried to play 10 or 11 people in the first quarter. That probably had a little bit to do with it. But I felt like once we got Nathan Gilbert a lot of touches that we kind of settled in and got some easy buckets and were able to stretch the lead out to double digits.
Here in this part of the season, as you reach December, as you reach towards the turn of the calendar, talk about just the way this team is playing so far and the way you want to see them play as the season rolls along.
Well, I feel like our shot selection is good. I just feel like we've got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. Too many live ball turnovers, which result in points on the other end. We can live with travels or double dribbles, but the deflections and the passes that they steal that can convert into buckets on the other end, we've got to cut that down. I like the way we're rebounding the ball. I thought we rebounded the ball great, especially last night. We had a 15 rebound advantage last night. So I like the way we're rebounding. I like the way we're sharing the basketball. But we've just got to continue to come together out front. Guards got to continue to play a little bit better. I really like the way Nathan is playing inside.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Coach. We'll check in with your player of the game. And player of the game for the America's First Federal Credit Union player of the game is Jared Guthrie. Jared, obviously, a tough game. Played yesterday against Jacksonville. Came back again today, really on about 17 hours of 2 games. Talk about just the way this team played and the way you were able to get going there in the second half.
Well, I think we started off very slow the first half. I think we're kind of tired from last night. I think after Coach Randall told we had practice tomorrow, we wanted to play better the second half, and we got to run so much more. But first half, we were settling for outside shots. We didn't give Nathan the ball that much. And I started seeing alleys to attack, and I took advantage of that and got Nathan the ball, and he did his thing.
Talk about being able to play in this arena, on this floor, the same place the regionals are, the same place the Calhoun County tournament is, and being able to get yourself to the position where you know you're going to be playing well towards the end of the year.
Well, like Coach Randall said, we're getting more reps on this floor, more for the Calhoun County tournament, and for hopefully regional, and hopefully go to the Final Four at the end of the season.
Jared, you're our America's First Federal Credit Union player of the game. And before you leave, I want to hand you a gift certificate from America's First Federal Credit Union worth $25. Thank you very much. Absolutely. Jared Guthrie, Coach Randall, winners today over Fife. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Gerhard. Good job down there on court side, talking to a very excited Jared Guthrie. Good confidence here for him moving forward as we head into the Calhoun County basketball tournament season and really the tournament edge whenever you hit the other side of the Christmas break. Big win for the Wildcats from White Plains, 72-52 over the Fife Red Devils. We'll come back with more action from Pete Matthews Coliseum. You're watching the Holiday Hoops Classic right here on TV 24, presented by
America's First Federal Credit Union.